No, motivation is a topic that I'm not going to be able to get into right now.
So you talk about the charges, second-degree murder, first-degree, and kidnapping.
Yes, the grand jury returned an indictment that charges 2 counts of murder in the first degree. Those are the highest charges in the indictment, and murder in the first degree because there were 2 killings during the course of the same criminal transaction. 2 counts of murder in the second degree, which are simply lesser, what's called lesser included offenses of murder in the first degree, and 2 counts of kidnapping in the second degree. Now, I think people sometimes think kidnapping means that someone is physically taken and transported to another location against that person's will, but that's not our law. Our law makes kidnapping second degree basically restraining another person's liberty under circumstances exposing that person to a risk of death or serious physical injury, which clearly occurred here. That involves 2 children.
What can you talk about that more? I mean, what happened? What were the circumstances?
I really can't do anything more than comment on the indictment, which alleges that Frank Garcia unlawfully restrained these 2 people against their will under circumstances that exposed them to serious physical injury or death risks.
In the house?
In the house.
Can you say how long they were held?
The episode here lasted for a period of several hours.
Can you discuss at all the relationship between the suspect and the victims?
Other than to say that at one point they were together in the same facility, I can't give you anything more on that.
Were there any police complaints against him from them?
Again, realistically, under the law and ethical opinions, I'm really not any matters of evidence, anything involving prior criminal records, to the extent they may exist, things of that nature. I'm pretty much limited to talking about the indictments and the charges contained therein, so that's another topic I really can't get into.
Can you show the one that there are 2 kind of different court proceedings going on at once here? You've got one county doing one thing, another county doing another thing. How does that rectify itself? Is there one county that will go first, one that will go second?
I really don't know the answer to that. I know that the timetable in Monroe County is probably very similar to ours. I know that a grand jury proceeding's already been commenced in Monroe County. I would assume that there will be arraignments up there at some point in the near future. The law applies to both counties equally in terms of the time frames for motions and hearings and so on.
In other words, I mean, could he be going to court in one day and standing trial there and then going to court another day, or would the trials wait for them to finish?
Well, it's very likely that proceedings involving both of these counties will be going on at the same time. At some point, obviously, we will have to make a determination as to which trial goes first.
Can you say when was the last time it was a first-degree murder indictment in Ontario County?
You know, I had said before to the media that this was the first that I was aware of in 30 years, but I was wrong about that. I forgot there was one case in Geneva about 7 or 8 years ago where a person was indicted for murder in the first degree, basically alleging murder during the course of theft of property, and he pled guilty to murder in the second degree.
Would you provide any information on the circumstances?
I'm sorry?
Can you provide any information on the circumstances of this kidnapping? Whether the wife was allowed to give medicine to one of the children? And also
I know that there have been reports in the media about some of those events. Other people don't operate under the same constraints that I have to operate under, so I really can't. Sorry.
You spoke with the family members today. As you move forward, I know you will be in contact with them. Can you give us an idea of what they're saying about what's going on with them?
Well, just pretty much what you would anticipate. What's happened here is absolutely devastating to them. They are, of course, I think still in shock, but they are strong and resolute and intend to see this through to a successful conclusion. They're very, very decent and honest and people that didn't deserve this, and I just fully intend to make sure that a just outcome is what results here for them.
The restraining order, the defense attorney said that is a common thing in something like, in a case like this. Is it common? And is it for those 2 children who...
Yeah, the order protection is for the benefit of the 2 children who are the victims of the kidnapping charges. It's even though this defendant, Frank Garcia, is in jail right now and did not make a bail application, this order of protection prohibits him from even making any attempt to communicate in any way with these children.
Had he attempted?
No, he had not yet, but we want to make sure that that doesn't happen.
And they're with family right now?
Yes, they are.
Have there been any prior criminal complaints involving one of the victims and the defendant?
Again, that's a topic that I am prohibited from getting into.
Was she the employee who filed the complaint?
Can't get into any of that kind of background, sorry.
Can you say anything more about just, you've been prosecuted for more than 30 years? or 30 years?
I'm in my 30th year.
About the nature of this particular, the allegation here, how serious it is in terms of, we had a lot of murder cases.
Well, it doesn't, I'm sure it doesn't come as a surprise to anybody to hear people here, including me, describe this as one of the most horrific, just outrageous criminal acts that we've ever experienced in Ontario County. I mean, some of the conduct here almost defies comprehension.